Data is the DNA of any business. At National List Services, we focus on one ideal. We offer marketing solutions that fit. We're not interested in selling you data. We're interested in selling you the primary solution to the problem you have today. As a data broker and aggregator, we have access to the top data sets and know where everyone is getting their data from. We identify your demand, the needs of what your customers are, where people are in life, what stages they find themselves in, and their backgrounds that most fit your necessity level. National List Services looks for a long-term solution to what your data needs are, and more importantly, we will educate you on the industry, what to ask other data sources, what to look for, and what to say. Our job is ethics-oriented and getting you what you need right now when it comes to data. Book a call with us today at nationallistservices.com.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Data Roundtable. Getting a smoother transition and figuring out technology. John, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. A little bit of snow outside, but it's been so beautiful out here lately that I just was due for it since it's supposed to be the winter here in Nebraska.
Exactly. Can you hear my audio good, John? Mm-hmm. Am I on? You can hear me? Okay, good deal. Good deal. We're on Clubhouse. Oh, unmute, mute. So Clubhouse. I'm on Clubhouse. There we go. John and I had to take turns. John, invite some folks to join us. Anybody out there, if you're on Clubhouse, you can find us there at John. Hello, John Payne, at Audrey Buhr, B-U-H-R. Oh, good. It's on here too. So today, our hot topic we're going to share is about the DMB overlay on our consumer files. So especially, I think this was pertinent always, but especially with the pandemic, this made it more obvious that with people working from home, you want to reach them. And so there's a few advantages to this. I'm going to share my screen periodically on this so that we can show these details. Let me get it pulled up. And screen share, here we go. Oh, it's going to do, no. We don't want my whole screen. That would be a nightmare. Okay, here we go. How many tabs do we have open at any one time? Here we go. So let me come over here and share this. So this is our national consumer file. This has consumer contact information. But one of the amazing items it's still new, and it's still, I think we need to publicize it. That's why we're talking about it today, is the DMB overlay. So you could pick consumer selects like age, income, household family size, certain things like that, along with business selects from DMB, Dun & Bradstreet. So here we have a list of a few. We're going to cover just a few of these today and give examples of how this is practical, why you'd want to use this, and how it benefits you with your marketing efforts. You want to reach difficult to contact people. You want to skip the hands or the phone lines you have to go through to reach them. The gatekeeper, the few executives between the gatekeeper and the top guy, the decision maker, the owner. Here you go, straight to him. So we're going to cover some of these today. John, you can see that screen? Yes, everybody can see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you are, sorry, I'm trying to get my audio all right. Hopefully everybody can hear me. If you do want to see this and join us on screen, you can text join to 402-285-3282. I need to post that right here in front of my camera so I know it. John, have you gotten a chance to click around in here or use it for any customers previously? Or is this still a little bit of an exploration for you too?
It's still a little bit of an exploration, but I will say that we did find, and this is where the experience I did have with it, why I'm glad we're bringing it up today, is we did have the one client who was looking for good information about executives for a idea that he had. He's a photographer. His girlfriend was an artist, and he was really getting out there to try to make sure he can find some of those decision makers to get that artwork in the waiting rooms or in other really nice places to really bring that, medical office space to life with really high quality artwork. And can you hear me all right still?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, and so he wanted to make sure he could reach those people specifically. And rather than trying to call and send cards and other stuff, I mean, there's a lot of people literally at businesses whose job it is to throw away any sort of mail piece marketing or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that's obviously like one thing that is a concern for anybody that's getting out there and reaching out to decision makers. Sometimes it is, hey, can you get access to the stuff that's at their house, especially if you're trying to have a softer touch, more personal touch. Being able to have some of that data might make sense where it's actually done that way, which is why this is so great to overlay it on top of the individual consumer information of that business professional to really reach out to them. So they were able to select people in the West Coast, East Coast. So a larger population center, they were looking for certain people with a high net worth, certain people with certain job categories, presidents, CEOs, things that would be decision-making level stuff. Maybe office manager, I believe, was one of those as well. And then looking at how they can, and then it was a net worth as well. So we're really looking at really high net worth individuals. So in regards to that, that's likely to be people who are doing very well for themselves, and which also means they probably have a very good practice as well, which also means that they're probably doing a lot of the right things. And so it's another way to really, and that was the other piece to it, is there's also the functionality in there in this file where we're looking at, hey, these people are also more likely to buy collectible pieces of art as well. So like you're blending, and granted, the more that you put in here, the more selective you are, the less, the more and more that those results are going to come down. But being able to find a position, being able to find net worth and income, and then also being able to look at some of the behavior and whether they would actually buy this stuff, whether that's personally or not. I mean, if a person is more likely to buy something personally, they're also probably more likely to buy something for the office as well, right?
Yes. I was just going to say that. Oh, we are going to have a dance between things. I was just going to say that because if they're going to buy it for the office or you're promoting it for that, they have a beautiful home to decorate too. I know I'd be buying art for both, especially when you like a piece. There's certain local artists here I love. And if I got something for the office, I really would be much more inclined, like 90% inclined to buy a piece for the house too. So excellent source. This is why we're sharing this with you guys. I'm sure there's so many more scenarios that you could think of for your marketing and your business, why this will be beneficial. So let's get into it. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to start with one of the probably more basic concerns is how do I know what industry they're in or what business? So on the file, it doesn't go into the detail of 4-digit, 2-digit SIC codes. It does not drill down, but it gives you that umbrella detail. So you can go into, I'm going to pick them both and show them at the same time. You can pick SIC code here. Let's do industry, and why am I not seeing it? Why am I not seeing it? Just a minute. I had this earlier. Business type. Here we go. Sorry, brain fart. So here I'm going to show it has the SIC codes, business type, listed out here. And this is going in order according to the 2-digit or 4-digit listing. It doesn't have the digits. If you don't know these or have a cheat sheet or are familiar with these, you can go to siccode.com and see all of these. But this gives a rundown and lets you pick. I know for one of my clients, they do manufacturing. And so from here to, I want to say it's miscellaneous, all of this is one umbrella of SIC codes that is manufacturing. And so when we do any work for them, trying to find new customers and get their custom audience, we pick all of these. So you would pick them all. So this is handy if you know exactly what business you're looking to target. Otherwise, there's the industry here. And these are basically the titles. Oh, good, my mouse is on there. Like the agriculture. Agriculture has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different, you see here, agriculture, forestry, fishing, hunting. All 5 of these would be equal or included here with this select. So you can, again, get more narrow and pick that business type, or get the umbrella effect of, hey, I want everybody in that industry. It's relevant to all these different companies. You could pick the industry. So I like that they give you that option, broad or detailed. Because again, you're wanting to reach these executives, get as many as you can, go broad, or really narrow down and get a very custom list, go detailed. So I like that they have that option. John, you want to share another few points? I'm going to clear these. I'll clear these while you introduce the next few.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and you can correct me if I'm wrong as well. But there's a lot of these that are on here that, even though they're in the Dun and Bradstreet overlay, there's other ways to see, people that have raised their hand to say what industry that they're in as well. So these aren't just like, it is partly pulling information from those available sources, but it's also these individuals that at some point in time, maybe it has been in the past, but certainly it's also very relevant as they go through and update this information on a regular basis. They've raised their hand to indicate that level of detail for it too. So, and think about this, and one of the best things for me coming here to this company and understanding more about lists and how everything can be integrated. I mean, we can take a simple list like this and make sure that we can upload a simple name, address. Eventually, maybe we could even append the email if we need it. We may not even need it necessarily to do that, but a lot of these people have social media profiles as well. And so we can take the names and we can upload it as a custom audience in one of these social platforms that's out there, or any other advertising platform, and actually deliver ads directly to these people. So, think about that for a second. You may not be able to get the person on the phone because you got to go through 8 different gatekeepers. But if you have a killer message to get in front of somebody, you might be able to actually get access to some of their information by delivering an ad on some app or some platform that they use during their off time, when they're a little bit more relaxed, when they're a little bit more unguarded for that stuff. And they go, you know what, maybe that would be something that would be good for my business. Maybe I could do something like that. And to me, like, I keep seeing that possibility over and over again. The fact that you can just pull down some data, upload it directly into a tool or platform like Facebook, and get even better results with a very specific audience, rather than just trying to use their targeting tools in order to do that. We've already done that for you. Pull that information and boom, you're getting your message to the exact people that that need to have it.
And that matters so much, because with a business list, you're limited a little bit. You're limited. So having that consumer tie-in, excellent point, John. Perfect. So another level of this that is helpful is job functions. We don't have, let me pull up job function, job time level. I think those are the two. Yes. I'm going to show these. And here's where you can kind of, again, fine tune it, especially when you're looking for the owner, the decision maker, the person in charge. So here you can select one or the other, or you can do on both. That's up to you. I would do one or the other because, again, with those executives here and then owners over here, this really does help. Officer, picking the officer, that definitely gets you connected to a influencer or a decision maker there at their personal location. And what I really, really wanted to show is how we can overlay that with the consumer selects. So here on additional selections, you can pick household indicators. How many, do they have children? What's their age? Are they married? What's the dwelling type look like? Household size. Do they have an extended family living in their home? There are just so many options we have here. So that if you're trying to reach somebody, you really can customize that message to their situation, their home, their family, their interests. There's an interest select here. I'm going to show this. I always have loved these interests here. It's a detailed list, and it gets updated often. It gets new things added. Sometimes they get retired because no one's using them, but and then we're like, oh, I need that. The one time a year I need that. Now it's retired. That's why it's retired. But they add things too. We get updates often. So this is a very specific, like, again, Art, John, your example you had.
Well, yeah,
I'm
so they had the
okay.
collectibles arts. It's the 7791 right there. That was kind of one of the factors that we had looked into as far as collectibles go. Um, I know we've
And
also
that was
used this.
another level of customization that was going to get your list exactly right for this guy.
Mhm. We've also done searches and stuff for people who are doing collectible cars.
Mhm.
You know, in some cases, we have a phenomenal auto file. One of the drawbacks to it is it only goes through a certain year mark, and so once you
Yeah,
get past, I believe it's the 1980s or so,
yeah.
that once you go past that and you're getting into these really nice collectible cars that people are working on for that type of stuff. I mean, just taking it from that perspective to really go after those, well, it might be better to kind of come in here and find those people who are signified a little bit differently in here to get that list instead.
All right, I'm having audio trouble or speaker trouble. Sorry, John. You're there?
No, it's all good. Yeah, I'm here.
I didn't know if
And
you
then I
wanted to
guess
say something. I'm sorry. Did you ask me a question?
no, you're good. I was just finishing a thought there. So, but yeah, so I mean, these alone, I mean, the fact that you can get in here and has a bunch of different ways that they've collected. So it's not just one way. They're not just guessing. They're taking a whole lot of different approaches to actually pull this information and say whether this person is interested. It could be subscription data that they have. It could be survey data that they have. So there's a whole bunch of different ways that they go into and actually select for this. And because they're using that variety, you're getting a much more accurate picture when you go to the select. So you know for a fact that the list that you're getting, even though you might go from a huge list down to a much smaller list, it's very, very targeted and it's probably very high quality.
Exactly. And the possibilities are endless because here we have certain financial selections that can indicate certain things. It's just so much to go into propensities. It's a powerful file. It's powerful selects that you can use to really get this detail. We could geek out. We probably already are geeking out a little bit too much on our nerd magic, but it's just you don't want to overuse the expression, but the possibilities are endless. I mean, you got your hard to find person. Let's try this option. So one more thing I really wanted to share on the DMB selects. Let me go back to that tab. Sometimes you can find small businesses based on number of employees or sales volume, or there might be some sort of indicator. This one has a specific small business indicator on here. It also has, let me look, minorities. Perhaps you have a very targeted message and you know exactly who you need to reach as far as cultural or minority. That definitely can help. Women owned. I know this will also help with that small business indicator. One of the attributes of this is to get this into people who have a home business. Sometimes they're not going to be on that DMB master file. There's certain, not to geek out, there's certain qualifications that determine why you're on certain lists and how you got there. I know my sister has a small business and I was looking at a business list. She wasn't on there. And I know exactly why. That list, one of the primary indicators to getting on that list is, do you advertise? Are you in the yellow pages? A few other things. She doesn't do any of that. She's word of mouth sign in her yard. And so she wasn't on the data file. And so looking at those different factors as to how did you get on this file? Why aren't you on this file? This could help because you can find those at-home businesses. And again, are you trying to find women-owned small business out of their house? Do they have kids? What kind of vehicle do they drive? We can get that for you. So, like I said, the possibilities are endless. This really is a powerful tool.
I was going to say we did have we've been working with a client here on the business side of it. They're working with some larger businesses that are out there, to be sure. But there certainly is in many regions of the United States an underserved population of Spanish speaking business owners. And so this would be a good place to go look for some of those that are trying to grow their business, but primarily speak Spanish as well. And so you can really dive into this and make it more likely that you're going to be finding those people and picking those people that are Spanish speaking business owners that, they don't have a multi-million-dollar company. They're not, listed in certain pages or whatever the case might be, but you might be able to actually go in here and find some Spanish speakers and serve them very, very well.
Right. And I was thinking too about the I know in construction, we have a few friends of our family that have a small construction business. Again, they're not in the yellow pages. 1 or 2 of them out of 10 might be, but they don't have a website. Their cell phone is their business phone. They have a small office in their house where they sit and do their accounting or write up their invoices, but they're out working. They're not going to be on one of those business files, but they're valuable to reach out to. They are amazing craftsmen who, if you have the right tools or the right offer, you want to reach them, here's your spot to reach them. So again, think of your industry, think of who you're trying to reach. And if they seem to be unreachable, let's try this. Let's reach them here at home, because that is going to get you that. I think especially if construction, I'm trying to think of some other industries where they're working out of pocket. They're physically working, doing the work with a few employees, maybe assisting them. They're not answering their phone. They're not taking that sales call because they're hammering something right now on a ladder, you know? So this would help reach that niche of people.
Absolutely. And so to wrap up here, your main call to action is from any of our discussions from our live data roundtables. If you want to get started and we can help you out with that, you want to go to start.nationallistcounts.com. And we'll be able to, number one, once you get started, it's going to create 2 different systems for you. One's going to be the actual account system, and the other one's going to be the training platform. So those go hand in hand to make sure that you have everything that you need to get started, some videos that are going to go along with that. One of the other cool things is we're going to get notified that you've been there, and you're going to expect a call from myself or Audrey just to say, hey, is there anything that we can do to help you? Is there anything that we can do to fast track your ability to kind of learn this part of the system? And if there's anything that we can do for you, absolutely, we would love to be able to serve you in that way. So you can reach out to us on our Facebook pages. There's the National List Services page that is there, LinkedIn as well. And then obviously Audrey has her official one as well for her Facebook page. I have mine, Hello John Payne. You can pretty much follow me on any social media platform out there at Hello John Payne. And of course, we're on LinkedIn, and then you can also email us directly as well. You can always reach out to us.
Yes. And that is powerful that when we see it on there, we're going to call, do you need an additional selection? Can I offer you an append? Do you have this required item you need? We're here to help. We want to make sure you have the power in your hands. I had one of our customers was on here the other day for the first time, and I saw his activity, called him and asked him. And then in the end, when you order your list, you want to make sure you're getting those selections, those outputs, how you order it, CSV format. The videos show all of that, but if you don't watch it, you might order it wrong. And then we got to fix it for you and reformat it. And that's okay. We can do that for you. But the videos are there. The tools are there. We want to make sure everything is available for you to get the full benefit, get that list and hit that list and get started. So we will see you here next week. We'll do a teaser again earlier in the week and let you know what we're going to be talking about. Share it out if it's relevant, if it's pertinent, if you know this could help a friend, a business owner, somebody with their reaching out to the audience they need to reach, growing their business in 2021. Please do. And we'll see you back here next week with more points, tips, and tricks.
Later, everybody.
Bye now.
You're great.